Wow. So, after like 80 hours of playing through the first map in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I have finally arrived at Kuttenberg. I have been looking forward to this moment for so long. And here I am. You know? So this is just going to be a video of me exploring for the first time this majestic city, the second most important city in the region. This video will act as a tour and also sort of where I get to talk about my impressions of the game so far, which has been outstanding. There's not enough words in the English language to describe how much I love this game, I think, and just how it elevates the medium. As far as spoilers, I will be spoiling what I see in the city and basically nothing else. I'll not be talking about how I arrived here. I will not be talking about the events leading up before the game. This is a video for people who haven't gotten KCD 2 yet and are curious, or people who have and just want to like share in the revelry of exploring something new and different. So yeah, I'm the Rat Shepherd. Thanks for watching this video. I don't even know where I am. We haven't seen a medieval city like this since Novigrad in The Witcher 3, which came out about 10 years ago, 10 years this summer. So it's pretty wild that it's taken this long for us to get another open world city like this. And I assume, I could be wrong, this looks bigger than Novigrad. Maybe it's about the same size. I haven't done any research or comparisons. I'm really curious of how they stack up, but the density seems to be accurate for a medieval city of this time. Not that I'm an expert at all. So for those who don't know, if you've clicked on this video wondering, wait, what the hell is Kingdom Come Deliverance? What are you talking about? Yeah, it's a game just set in 1403 Bohemia, which would be now the modern day Czech Republic. And you just play as some guy, some son of a blacksmith. And in the first game, there is an event that propels our young Henry on an adventure, which has led him to the city eventually. From a humble son of a blacksmith to maybe a knight or something. I don't know, whatever you want. This Henry mine has been pretty well rounded in stats, a lot of alchemy, a lot of thieving. If this game can recreate the feelings I've had of playing the Thief games or Dishonored, that will be really, really sick as fuck. Come on, I want to tell you a good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Mutt. God, I feel just as starstruck as I did when I first moved to Seattle. So I am also, like Henry, a small town boy. Maybe not exactly like Henry. I'm from Southern Louisiana and, you know, wasn't totally out of the middle of nowhere. But in my early 20s, I moved to Seattle, saw Seattle for the first time. It was the first time really seeing anything like that. First time riding a bus, first time seeing a population bigger than like a few 100,000. New Orleans is pretty close to my hometown, but New Orleans is a pretty small city even by like other like standards. So it's funny because when they announced like, yeah, there's going to be two maps, one's going to be in the countryside and one's going to be in Kuttenberg, I was like, okay, I think I want to get the game, do as much as I can to just get to Kuttenberg fast, because that's like really interesting, and I could like role play sort of as myself, as someone who has been there, done that with the countryside bullshit and wants to see where the real stuff is happening. And that was not the case. I got totally entrapped in the first region, which is very rocky and foresty, where this map is, well, outside of the city, there's a lot of farmland, which makes sense to have that population amount. You want farmland. So that didn't happen. So about 80 hours in, I did most of the stuff in the first region, and this game is just so good. I made a video called I Am Absolutely Enamored by Kingdom Come Deliverance, or something like that. I forget the exact title. It was just basically, it wasn't a critique or anything. It was just like, I love this game, and I talked about it for 20 minutes, where I did have some nitpicks at the end. And they have mostly addressed the nitpicks, minus Mutt, who still barks like a motherfucking mutt all the time. So that's a little annoying. But it's like small stuff. But I'm like, okay, yeah, the dog barks a bit, and it just runs so smoothly. And I know for a fact, just because video games are made by humans and not AI yet, not all these buildings can be explorable. And in all the other smaller towns, you could basically go in every building. I highly doubt that this is the case here. We'll see some creative doors without any handles, kind of like this, which is common video game language of saying, "Up, you can't go there."
Hail Mary.
Can I? What, do I drop money for you? Can I drop some meat? I don't even have anything. I have just like some honey. What happens if I? What if I still here? Here, want some walnuts?
Oh, you pooch.
No. All right, I'm taking back my walnuts. I'm trying to. I have some coins to spare, not much, but okay. This is just so pretty, so pretty. You know, on the KCD Reddit, someone was like, "Yeah, I like The Witcher and stuff, but I'm not sure if I'll enjoy the game because it seems just kind of like mundane and a little boring. You know, I like the fantasy aspects more than other aspects, I guess." And I replied to this guy. I was like, "Hey, the fact that KCD is kind of boring and mundane, it makes it loop around where it becomes interesting again, because so many games try to just jam pack the world where too much, where it feels almost like a Disneyland vibe, which I love Red Dead 2 a whole lot. It's definitely a masterpiece, but one of the deliberate design decisions in that game was it feels like a very condensed America, which is the idea. That's what they're doing. They recreated the sort of paintings. Oh, rat. Hello, friend. Hello. Yeah, they wanted to recreate an idealized version of America the same way the settlers did, I guess, and the paintings involved, you know, God's divine right of settling whatever. And that's cool, but I do like how, yes, this is a game first and foremost. The design of the world is very much like, okay, yeah, it feels like people would live here. Ooh, the sun's setting, so maybe as it gets dark, I'll get into some other shenanigans. So now I'm on the back end of it. Okay. So man, look at all these. As I'm filling out the map and the moat and stuff. But yeah, I'm obviously I'm no historian. I've skimmed the wiki last night about the city. And that was cool. It is was a very prosperous mining town where most of its wealth was from the silver quarries underneath.
Good day to you.
And that lasted until I guess like the mid 1500s, if I remember correctly, when the silver ran out. But by then it was already an established city. So, and up to this day, it's still a prosperous city, probably a tourist trap, I imagine. And I do wonder how like cars have affected the design of the city and other infrastructure changes. But yeah, a lot of care has been made into looking into the design of things, even the more mundane, boring aspects. And I love it. I like it when games trust that their audience can get it, you know? And this game is not for everyone. In fact, for my review, or maybe I'll even make a separate video, I want to talk about how this game not being for everyone is actually a good thing. It had a very clear set of design goals. It wanted to be a sort of a medieval immersive sim RPG, and it does not deviate from that mission at all. And because it doesn't, it lands it. Versus Veilguard, which I wasn't as harsh as some people were on it. I described it as exceedingly okay. But one of the things that really dragged that game down, besides the Marvel-ass fucking writing, was that it went through development hell. And it was like a single player, then live service, and single player again, which thank God the person who directed it and got it to be where it's at now as a single player, they did the best they could with probably a pile of shit. But because that game didn't really have a strong identity, it kind of falters. And like, for example, something I could not really get over is that even though it's like a very pretty game and also pretty bug-free too, the maps were very unimmersive, more unimmersive than others, because it just felt so clearly like just corridors that were made for the player. And it's probably because it was like, first and foremost, a multiplayer game first, where when multiplayer is concerned, everything is about gameplay in that regard. Ooh, what's that? But check that out later. I do like that sign. Sir, do you know anything? You're fucking drunk. God bless. Where can I get drunk? Surely. All right. Yeah. Where's a tavern? We're going to go to a tavern. All right. That's another one. What does this mean? But anyway, yeah, back to Veilguard. The maps were designed, I think, with multiplayer in mind, and that's why they're easy to navigate and very pretty to look at. But it doesn't feel like a real place existing. Okay, so far I'm not seeing anything, but I've only explored like a little bit. Okay, so let's, what if I just go, head east? Where can I get a drink? Ooh, that's a pretty church. Hangman's Tavern. But that's a cool name. I like how everything is a bit smaller too than my brain would like anticipate, both with like the castles that you see in the other regions. A lot of it just feels like what I've seen in History Channel, not like the modern History Channel, just like History Channels broadly, whatever that means. Buy room and board here.
I need to eat and sleep here.
But of course, as you wish, sir.
Isn't my Henry so handsome? I can't wait for the barber feature to be coming out later in a free DLC sort of thing soon. Hello. Look at these fellas. We're just gonna have a beer. Do I even have alcohol? No, I don't. Just my potions. Well, we need to change that. Ooh, I like the straw hat. Will it be boys? Will it be wine, fine wine, mead, schnapps? Cheap wine. Right now I'm drinking cheap wine. There's a Trader Joe's near my house and I love that shit. You can get so much cheap ass wine from Trader Joe's. $2 chuck they used to call it. Now it's like a $3 chuck, but whatever, you know, times change. Yeah, I'll get some three $2 chucks, please. Cool. Now who wants to sit with me? What's a good seat? Or I can sit alone. You need a buddy, townsman? Sure. Hello, I'm Henry. I'm quite hungry. Also, random advice, at least in the first region, there's a whole bunch of honey things. What are they called? Bees. No, they make the honey. And then there's honeycombs. Beehives. There it is. Beehives have honey. And in this game, honey is fucking overpowered. This gives you 31 fucking nutrition, which is a lot because in the game you have to eat. And that's like one of these fuckers gives you a third of all your nutritional needs. So for the entirety of the game, I'm basically just eating like honey and walnuts and like the occasional like, I don't know, thing I pick up because none of these go bad. But anyway, I'm here for the wine. We're gonna drink. All right, only a little bit drunk. What else is happening?
Guten Tag. Yeah. Servus.
2 wines and great time in Kuttenberg. I wish I could start a fight. In Red Dead 2, you can start fights by insulting people. Can you do that? You can't really not. Oh, wait. What's that? Yeah, fuck. I'll drink to that, bro.
Useless. You'll be fucking sorry.
I'm betting the guy in the green. He's gonna fucking. Yep. Guy in green. I got 3 groshens. Oh, no. Fuck. I lost my bet. You motherfucker, you just made me lose money for no reason. Wow, there's a lot of activity here going on. It's what time is it? It's like fucking midnight. People are fucking having at it. Where are these people going? Are they going like home? I know that all these NPCs have schedules, or at least most of them do. So potentially, like this guy looks important. Who are you?
Grüß dich. Wie kann ich dir helfen, mein Herr?
Yes. I totally understood this.
What about poisons? Are you selling those?
Poisons? Who do you take me for? I don't even mix poisons, let alone sell them.
Cool story, bro. Oh, interesting. You can't run, or you can't sprint, at least when you're drunk. Is this another tavern? Fuck yeah. All right, we're bar hopping in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. All right, we started with the cheap wine. We're gonna go with the mead because I love mixing alcohols. We're gonna get 4 meads.
I'm glad you found what you needed.
What else is here? Oh, that's cute. Cute little wreath.
What if I use that filthy rag the dog sleeps on? It smells so bad it'll put a pig to shame.
Doesn't seem too bad.
All right, we're gonna fucking binge drink. I haven't actually really drank much. There's even a whole skill tree. Oh wait, hold up. My rat stole some food from. Where are you getting that? That's a whole mozzarella stick. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, drinking mead and drinking wine in real life while I contemplate being a thief and just stealing anything. You look like a good target. All right, I stole like 80 cents from him. All right, what house am I gonna rob? Scoping it out. I think I'm back at the end I was at. Town Crier. I'm gonna make you cry. What's this? I do like the pickpocketing minigame. It's a bit more engaging than just opening an inventory. And you know, I shit talk Bethesda a lot because I really do hate them in a way I don't hate Ubisoft or anything. I don't know why exactly. I mean, I can make my arguments for why I think their games are bad and why their management is bad and everything. Oh, here, a rat. Distracted. There's also a photo mode that you could access and you could kind of like peek. But anyway, cute rat. Look at that beautiful specimen. It's like my my rat Ozette. Those cute boba eyes. Oh, Shababe.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, yes, beautiful rat. I agree, Henry. He's the, like, Henry and I, we are the same mind. But yeah, back to shit talking on Bethesda. I've had a low opinion on Bethesda for a while. Starfield really made that worse. And I know Skyrim's old, so like a comparison is like unfair to that, but holy shit. Just when it comes to everything, just everything's engaging. Like combat is engaging, pickpocketing, everything, you know, just everything about it. And it's maybe too engaging for a lot of people. This is not a casual game, and that does sound elitist, and casuals can play and enjoy this game, but it's kind of like Dark Souls or, you know, any FromSoft game where those games, yeah, I mean, they are hard, but I like how I'm like wobbling. They are hard, but it's not the difficulty really. It's just more that those games and this one, they really force the player to meet the developers halfway. There's, you know, unless you're modding the game, and it's a single player game, so who cares what you do in your free time, but there's friction there for a reason. I used to have the position that every game should have difficulty options because Dishonored is one of my favorite games, and you have, it's not just like easy to hard, it's like changing enemy behavior and everything. But now I think I'm more like, okay, I think I kind of like it when a developer has a specific curated like intention. But that said, I also do like modding games and ooh, Garden of Eden. Imagine being drunk and you're like picking locks because even though you're drunk, you're able to still pick locks. And you're just like, dude, I just like found a beautiful garden, man. Oh my God. I need to drink more. Where does this go to?
You shouldn't be here.
Yes, I shouldn't. Gardener, sorry. All right, I would sprint out if I could, but I'm a little dry. Look, I'm just lost, okay? I'm just, oh, I just stepped.
Right now.
Okay, we're just gonna, yes, there's a door. I'm drunk.
The last person I saw this hammered was the priest during Easter.
My bar is only like almost halfway, but you're right. I need to be more. I need to one up that priest you saw at Easter. But that's fine. What's in here? Also, some improvements that the game made. I think they improved either, or maybe I just did. Is lockpicking is better to me on console because I'm playing this on PlayStation 5. With KCD 1, I could not get it at all due to the controls, and but now I can, and in part because I've been practicing lockpicking for a lot of the game. Where the first game I just really like couldn't. It was just not going anywhere. Like physically, I just could not get my fingers to do the right action. And of course, like at this level, I have like perks and stuff to help me lockpick easier. I have a perk that allows me to be quiet as a rat. I think that's what it's called, rat. So it means I'm quiet indoors.
Huh? You have no business poking around in there.
Oh my God! And when you're drunk, you're like farting. Oh, I didn't even realize. Hey.
Guards! I
Hey.
need help!
You know what? What? I did nothing. I didn't steal nothing. What do you mean? Yeah, I don't know, man. Oh, hi. Hi, sir.
Up to the experts.
Easy now. I surrender.
Your days of wrongdoing are over. Now you'll answer for your thievery, and you'll pay for everything, right down to the last grosh.
Ooh, these are very hard skill checks because I'm fucking drunk. I'm gonna do the do you know who I am, because obviously he doesn't fucking know who I am.
Please, look at me. Do I look like a dishonest man? This is all just a misunderstanding.
Oh, I apologize, my lord. I must have made a mistake.
Fuck yeah.
Let's just forget about this.
So like most games, if you invest into like charisma or speech in this game, which is the whole skill tree, it does make the game easier, much like a Baldur's Gate thing. I've been able to avoid a lot of fights just by dressing nicely, which improves your charisma. You don't want to be covered in blood trying to weasel your out and say, oh, look what a good boy I am, you know, when you're covered in blood from all the bandits you've slayed. So that's cool, because otherwise I think we need some more alcohol to celebrate. We need more alcohol. Is there any alcohol in this this place with swords? I bet they have some alcohol. Swords and alcohol, I mean, that's like hand in hand. That's like just boys being boys, you know? Can't like sell swords without booze. Look, I don't want your swords. I'm already well stocked. I just need, yeah, I just need some booze. Okay, I'm just looking for the booze. Lockpick very hard. I probably won't be able to lockpick this. Whoa. I picked the hardest lock. First extra hard lock. That's cool. Maybe there's some booze here for this extra hard lock. I mean, booze costs like 3 cents. And I got like at least 3 cents here. Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, brother. I'll drink to that. Now, if I get really drunk, you, I guess you pass out and you could like appear in the middle of nowhere. So I kind of wonder what happens, because when you do that, I haven't done that before. I mean, this is what you do when you like visit a city, where you just hit like shit face first. Free wine. It just cost me like a lockpick. Blurry. Oh God. I'm like sideways.
Looking for something in there? Thief! Can we sort this out on our own, or do I need to get the bailiff involved?
We're gonna make a deal.
Let's make a deal.
You were trying to steal from us, eh, fucker? The bailiff will make short work of you. Now pay up!
I admit I was not on my best behavior. I swear on my honor that it won't happen again.
All right. No doubt it'll come in handy one day to be in your good books. So run along, but don't try anything like that again.
I am literally just a guy from Skalitz. People are just like...
Let's go!
Cool. Thank you. Look, no bad consequences.
Let's go!
Hell yeah. My God, is it morning already? What time is it? Oh God. Drinking around, wandering till morning. So beautiful. This is the way cities are meant to be seen. At 5 a.m. Drunk. Where everything is beautiful, where the light shines. You know, when you get so drunk, it doesn't even have to be like really drunk, but just when you're in that like sort of lucid state where like life can be like going to shit, but you're just like, dude, it's so beautiful, so nice. I'm like, I hate myself so often, but just like this, like, holy shit, man, this puddle, the way it reflects the light, dude, is just like, this is like, what, I can't believe it's always been like this. It's always there. And yeah, and I'm not sobering up at any time. This is gonna take a second. Everything's still blurry. So yeah, here's a first impressions video of the city, and it's Henry just being shit-faced, which, you know, pretty accurate. I think of, you know, first time being in a city. I mean, what else are you gonna do the first night? And how ballsy of them. They're like, most games would put their most detailed city at the forefront. This is something that even like a casual person playing this who is just beelining the main story, it's gonna take them like, what, it has to be like 30 hours of doing just story content before you get to like the city. Imagine like playing Grand Theft Auto 5 and it takes 30 hours before you get to Los Santos, right? That'd be crazy, but the game did it, and the game did it well. It's just insane. Like, yeah, like imagine in Grand Theft Auto 5, you just spent most of the beginning in the countryside, and then you finally have a reason to go to the main city. It's very much reminding me of that story of Jesus who, I don't know, there's some party or something. And, you know, traditionally, right, you start with the best wine, and then as everyone gets more drunk, you switch out for the less good wine, right? I call my horse. We're going to go somewhere else. Hi, herring, my red herring horse. The game's like that, where like, yeah, Jesus brought out the shitty wine first. And then when the party was really getting started, he's like, all right, now I got the good stuff. And this is kind of like what this game is like. Yeah, you had fun with the countryside and, you know, the castle and being in the middle of nowhere and all that. All right, here, now that we got you like invested, yeah, we're going to show the true colors. And this game runs so well, by the way. And there are bugs. There's like some flickering, some audio stuff, very minor in the grand scheme of things. But considering that most modern games run really poorly, they're very poorly optimized. Besides Veilguard, ironically, Veilguard, despite being very mediocre, was exceptional in the fact that it just worked right out of the box. Yeah, it's kind of like this. And the forest and the foliage, I can't tell you. The forest in this game has made me reconsider and rethink every other forest in every other game. It is dense in a way I have never seen before, and this is like a game that feels finally like a proper next generation title. Now, PlayStation 5 has been out for a while, and while Cyberpunk 2077 came out on like PlayStation 4, it certainly wasn't built for it, but that's a game that, regardless of how it came out at the time, Night City was very much a, whoa, yeah, we are in the next era of gaming. And this is what this game makes me feel, both with the city and the forest. It's just detailed in such a way where it has made me reconsider and recontextualize everything else I've played before, which obviously is a bit rare. Now, Witcher 3 did this to me. Disco Elysium is another game that just made me radically think of games in a different way. And Kingdom Come 2 is one such game where it's so good, so impactful, where it does actually change sort of my perception of other games I have played before and will come afterwards, for better and worse. After The Witcher 3 came out, for a while, nothing was really satisfying, because I thought that for a big open world game, you had to compromise somewhere. And I guess arguably, like, the combat in The Witcher 3, some people didn't like. I found it fine. It's no Dark Souls or nothing, but like solid writing, solid world, and everything. Whereas before it was like, oh yeah, Bethesda can't be that cool. It's unfair of us to expect better from Bethesda because they're already doing this big open world thing, and you know, you can't have like a detailed open world and great writing. And no, clearly that's not the case. Clearly you can. And the writing in this game has also been impeccable. I mean, sometimes I'm bored a bit with aspects of it where I'm just reading the words and, you know, skipping because I'm like, okay, cool, I get it. But the characters and stuff, I mean, man, there's a mission that I won't spoil, but you get it immediately upon finishing the prologue. And when you get to that, I'll just say, because this is not like a spoiler, this is literally like right at the beginning of the game, first mission, and it's just one word that I'll say. The wedding. There is a wedding that is important to the story. When I got to the wedding after, God, like 50, 60 hours or whatever, that I've been enjoying the game a whole lot, but there were so many elements that came together during that mission, which was not combat focused. It was a vibes thing, you know? That is what made me like go, this is so good. I am so immersed. I want to act like I would in a real wedding, just by kind of like talking to random people and eavesdropping on conversations, and yeah, getting a bit drunk too. Ooh, let's go up to the garrison walls. This is like so cool, man. You just have like the countryside, and okay, yeah, this is a good spot to see the vantage point. Can I go over this? No. Oh wait, yes. And I think
Fountain? Where does the water come from? Here, in the middle of the city.
Oh yeah, so that's like a good observation. You know, places like this had advanced plumbing and stuff to do a fountain. That's a good observation. Like, yeah, how do you get water doing stuff like this with this technology? I certainly don't know, and I do wonder if like this fountain still exists. Oh, interesting. The dyes. Yeah, another misconception about the Middle Ages is that it was very drab and dirty. And I guess it was like dirty, but something I like about this game is that one, you do have like a lot of color, and two, people will notice if you're smelling like shit and if you're dirty, which, yeah, bathing was more difficult back then than it was now, and everyone has basically free water and plumbing and everything. I'm still swaying.
What are you barging in here for, you drunkard? Get.
I want to. He's so drunk and then like up till morning. All right.
Show me your wares.
Oh, that's good. That point. You know, I like the idea of like Henry being a sword guy, which is a thing for mostly associated with nobility, and him being a spear guy, which is a thing associated with commoners. You know, spear is basically like the oldest weapon in humanity, I guess, aside from like heavy rock. And Henry occupies those spaces, both being a commoner and a noble, sort of. I do like the amount of presumably horse shit you find in the streets. Very authentic. King Charles IV Tavern. Hello. Kind of looks like Jesus a bit, I say. All right. We're going to save. And we're going to do some Grand Theft Auto shenanigans. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'm the Rat Shepherd. Now it's time for these fuckers to die.
Dude, what are you doing?
Well, unarmored. Yep, bitch. Die like a bitch. Ow. Man, swords are great for killing. You just like fucking do that. Just stab, stab, stabbing. Oh no. Who's hitting me? Oh yeah.
Show your stuff.
Shit. I don't have any potions on me. Well, that's fine. That's what I get for fucking up.
Christ! For God's sake!
Fuck off. All right. And in this game, combos are very important. And unfortunately, I have dumb brain disease. I don't know any combos. I know like one per like I know like one pole arm combo, one short sword combo. They're like really simple. Anyway, yeah, I think that's going to be a wrap. I've seen enough of the city. There's so many more secrets I will uncover, right? This has only been like, what, I guess like an hour and a half, maybe two of wandering around doing a whole lot of nothing. I am so looking forward to what comes next. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, looking forward to the rest of the game, and thanks so much for watching. Eventually there's going to be a Kingdom Come 2 review and maybe some other videos with the topics I talked about earlier, how it changed my perception of all of gaming and how games should be true to their vision and not try to appeal to the most common denominator like so many other games. And yeah, it's going to be great. See y'all for the next one.